So this is Mini Cooper Service Center. Balance on hand. Check it out. It's free. You should never have any problems paying your bills anymore. Balance on hand. But I've seen videos about people asking, well, does ChatGPT can it actually fix a problem? And sometimes yes, sometimes no, but that's not how it's supposed to be used. These AI tools, remember, they have access to a whole bunch of information that you think of it like a map, like you're trying to get from point A to point B, and you normally take your route. Well, Chat GPT or all these other AI tools, they have access to all the routes. And it's about, give me a route from point A to B. I don't know. It'll give you a route that may or may not work, or a route that takes you around the world before you get there. But do you really want to go around the world, if you know what I mean? But anyways, the way to use ChatGPT, it has to be an interactive process, okay? You have to take what skills you have as a mechanic, and you have to work with ChatGPT. Well, I'll say Google AI is doing a better job. You have to work with whoever is Google AI. You have to work with Google AI, get in AI mode, and it has to be a back and forth collaboration to the problem. You can't rely on Google AI to solve the problem for you. Sometimes it will, but sometimes it won't. So it has to be a back and forth collaboration, and you have to challenge. If it says something, you have to challenge it, or say, I don't like this direction. Is there another direction we can go? What about this? So you have to give your thought, your input, and when you work together with AI tool, then you accelerate your ability to solve some of the more difficult or some of the more complex problems. It basically is an accelerator to do some of that work for you. So yeah, it is helpful. And I think going forward, some of the small shops, you're probably going to see maybe a robot that just follows you around the shop, and it's there just to ask questions. Instead of you having to manually type in what you're doing or talk to, there'll probably be a robot that just follows you around the shop, and it's able to give you the input and going back and forth. And what's going to be nice is if one of these companies that provide all this data, I forgot, like there's a company where all the techs enter in all the problems, and you go there and solve the problem. If you can connect AI to that data and have a robot follow you around the shop, then you're going to be gold, because it's going to be happening in real time. So an example, I have a 2010 Mini Cooper S. I had a crank no start issue. I think the DME is bad. I believe the DME is bad. Sometimes maybe the customer is doing their own diagnostic and short circuited the single path for the DME and the crankshaft position sensor. So at first, going with AI trying to troubleshoot, I was like, we're not getting any place. And then I thought, let me participate in the troubleshooting. And that's when I was like, okay, that's just forget about the problem. Let's try to understand just what's going on. We're talking about electricity now, right? We're missing some electricity, right? We're missing voltages, right? We're supposed to have this high-low signal. Where's this signal coming from? Can we get it from someplace else? What's causing the signal inside the DME from not reaching the sensors, right? That's what. And then if it's not reaching the sensors, then where can I get it from? And how can I prevent that not too much current flows over there? And now I see the signal, but it's not high enough. What can we do? Well, you can't use too low of a resistor, because then the sensor's not going to be able to pull down the current. So it was that back and forth collaboration that the car runs, right? It runs at low speed, but after we do this, we're going to see if we can give it the beans and run it at high speed. And it's pretty cool that a DME that was just, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't start the car up. I was able to collaborate with AI. I had to use what's up here, but I was able to collaborate with AI, and we can get this DMA fixed. I haven't test drove it yet, but we are seeing some good data with the 1K ohm on the camshaft position sensor. You gotta look at the other videos. We went from 2.5 volts to 4.28 volts. So we're gonna lower that resistor, and we're gonna see if we can get up to like 4.68 volts. If we can, then the next videos, because remember, you still have that long crank. No, you still have that long crank before the car starts up, but if we can get the DME to see that crankshaft signal, and we can get like a 1 second startup, then we know we're that much closer to solving the problem. Guys, Mini Cooper Service Center, I stopped doing it, but I just had to, I'll talk about the car yesterday, but I'm thinking Google, it's been, yeah, it's been over a year now, and Google is starting to Google is starting to refer me to people looking to fix their Mini Coopers. Right now, I'm thinking about maybe we may fix up that page. Right now, it's one page. Man, I might make it a real website today, but I still gotta put this dashboard in. But I'm thinking about making it a real website, so when people actually come to the website, they can see some stories about what type of service we offer and things like that. I mean, if I can, definitely push and balance a hand, but if I can get maybe a car in a week, maybe a couple cars in a week, doing some service, maybe we can possibly get $1,000 a week in extra income, and see what we can do with that. But let's go. Enough talking. I guess this is part 4. Mini Cooper, trying to get it started by manipulating the voltages on the wire to the DME, by trying to see if we can bypass that bad DME to get this car working again.